Hi everyone. I have decided to do this video because I feel like I needed to share my experience with Expedia and this particular hotel that my fiance and I went to while we attended his mom's funeral in tended to his mom's funeral in St. Thomas. Um Basically, we he booked us at the Bunker Hill Hotel in St. Thomas, which would have been close to everything. Prior to that, we had stayed at Bluebeard's Castle, but we decided this time we would try this new other hotel. Not new, but another hotel. And we go to the hotel, and when I have health conditions, so we realized that when we got there, okay, we had to walk to our room. We were given a room on the very top floor, which was two flights, then around a bend, and then up another flight, and then up another flight, I think. Possibly. I may be getting it wrong, but if not, it was just one more flight. But anyway, we got to the room, and then there was the room was in really bad condition. So we're talking about like AC that was stuck in whatever you want to call a window hole or hole in the wall, because basically it wasn't there was a space underneath the AC, so air would go out anyway even if you did. And it was allowing a lot of mosquitoes to come in. So there was one part. Then we had our issue with the water, the shower. First, we couldn't get the shower to start. The other part was that the toilet was rocking, so it wasn't sealed onto the ground. So when you sit down, it was going to like tip and rock or whatever. And I wasn't happy with that. So we were initially supposed to spend 7 days. We stayed for 7 nights. We stayed for one night, and we did let them know of the issues that we were having. We spoke to Joanne, who is the sister of the owner. Joanne assured us, she did tell me the night before that she may have another room, but by the time we woke up, and that we could decide if we wanted to stay, but by the time we woke up, we decided like this was not going to happen. And plus, me going up and down, like to go back and forth to the room and just in a day on a daily basis wasn't going to happen. So, that said, the morning we decided to leave. Um, Joanne, of course, she was the one that checked us in. She was also the one that was checking us out. Did say that they would refund us the one night. She said that before that. They would refund us the one night. And then um, it turned out later that that was not the case. She said she was going to refund it to his original card, his card that he used for the one night deposit, which we didn't get back either. Um, and I asked her for documentation or something that which I've never not like I've in the past, even if I've booked on Expedia, I've always been able to get, if you ask for a receipt, you can get a receipt from the hotel. They cross out the balance, but it just shows that you stayed there. In any case, she claimed that she could not put any documentation, that they don't have any means to do that. And so we wouldn't, everything would be able to work through Expedia. The one thing that stood out to me, she was like, oh, well, because we asked, like, how can we guarantee that we were going to get the funds? And she was like, oh, you're going to get it, minus the one night, and that she's put it through already, and she's made sure that they get, and she repeated herself several times after we questioned, because she was also getting a little bit agitated at the fact that we were questioning it. Her whole idea of it is that it's a family hotel, it's family owned, and basically, this is not something that they normally do. Da da da. They claim that they didn't know anything about the room. Okay, fine, but at the end of the day, like, we weren't comfortable there, so we ended up canceling. So we go now. We ended up booking at Bluebird's Hotel, which was great. The service is great. If you want to check out that hotel, I totally recommend it. That was our second stay there. Beautiful service, beautiful everything, food, the environment, everybody's very catering, and it's great. When we got back, because we were told that it would take about 7 to 10 days for us to get the refunds, turned out that Miss Joanne uh, refunded it to another card. So she said she refunded to another card, while when we were there, she said she refunded it to his card that she gave to him, that he gave to her to refund it to, right? That didn't happen. She refunded it to another card, and so we would have to contact Expedia in order to get the money back. So we contact Expedia. We contacted Expedia several times, which now have to get in touch with the hotel to confirm everything. Turned out now that she was saying, oh, it was gonna be a less amount than what was originally promised, which was um gonna equal the room plus tax, the one night stay plus taxes. So we would have been short maybe $100 or so, 100 to $200. Anyway, go to Expedia again because we didn't get it. Same thing. They have to call, reach out to the hotel. Once they do that, he contacted his bank to reverse the charge because, part of it, because of, explaining the issue. Whatever was found, they ended up taking back the money. So today we call Expedia again. Um, Speak to them, and they're like, oh, they spoke to the hotel. The hotel says, oh, you recharged them 1.5 nights, and that we would get the refund, but now we have to wait 7 more days. So now in 7 more days, it will be almost 2 months that since this has happened. Um, and we still have no money back, no refund. Um, but this is the service that you get. This is the mindset of people who don't really care, had no intention of giving us back our money, probably with all the things that she said in the beginning was just to get us out the door, and that's it. So without documentation, of course, they're in another country. We go back home. They don't have to do whatever they were saying they were going to do. They said they were going to do. So now they want us to wait 7 days. And then also it has to be after 6 p.m., which after 6 p.m. no one's there, because I remember Joanne saying to me on the evening that we called about the issues that we were having, that there won't be anyone there after a certain time at the front desk because they're understaffed. They don't have any staff. It's Joanne and it's her sister. And I mean, they probably have cleaning staff. When they come, I don't know, because the room that we had was not in any condition, not in any good condition. And the door, even in the room, didn't fit the actual door space. Like, it literally was just the room. The place needs renovating. It needs a do-over. And if you're looking for basically a hole in the wall to stay in while you're there, then that's what you're gonna get. And that's what you pay for. That's exactly what you're gonna get. And it really wasn't very cheap. It's just that we were staying the 7 nights. And we had to pay well over $700 for that. With taxes included, it was close to 800-900. But we're basically not getting back our full set of money, which to me is ludicrous. At least the money for the nights that we did not stay there as was promised. It's not like we had a conversation with Joanne and she said, oh, you're going to get, we can't give you back this, but we can give you back half of your stay. Like, none of that was said. It was, oh, we'll give you back your full night. Your deposit will be refunded to you, because that was just a deposit to cover the night. And that's it. Now it went from that to the night in taxes for the entire stay. Then it went from that to a night and a half. And so it's really crazy that at this day and age people are running these kind of scams. Um but definitely I'm doing this video because people need to be held accountable for their actions. And if you ever, do have to book, like with Bluebeard, we booked directly with Bluebeard because we were just like, we don't want to go through anymore. No Expedia. It's very hard to get someone on the phone. If you do get someone on the phone, it's going to be difficult because sometimes they may not understand, unfortunately, what your process was or how you explain things. And aside from that, it's just very difficult just to get any answers or anything like that, because not almost there's a few of the numbers that are, you know, circulating on the internet for Expedia for customer service, and some of them don't work. So good luck with that, but I would recommend that you do not stay at Bunker Hill Hotel um until you know more. Like, definitely, I would say even with other hotels, if you don't already, just ask the questions, because sometimes the pictures might look like they're saying a lot, but they don't, and you honestly don't know what you're gonna get until you really get there, unfortunately. And sometimes there's people that put stuff in the comments, in the reviews, and it's not honest people. It's people that just might be friends of theirs or something. So you got to really look into, like, why, because they didn't even have a low score. They had a pretty high score. And you had a few people that did comment on things, but it was more people that said great things than not. So good luck, guys.